2017. It's the 31st of October tomorrow, so nearly into November, and I'm on one of my Belgium Canals once again. Just can't help myself. I do like the public canals, and well, what a start. I arrived Saturday in the early hours, about 2 o'clock. I already had a plan. I knew where I was going to come, so I knew I was going to come to this canal, and hopefully, if there was no anglers around, I was going to come to this area where I know the fish start to move to for the winter. There's another area, another boat yard as well, so this is like an end of a canal, and to my right there's like a little arm where there's a load of boats moored up, and a load of water in front of me where the barges, the working barges that go up and down every day, don't really disturb. So they're on the far side of this canal, but from the middle towards me, it doesn't get disturbed. So it's like a nice calm area where the fish like to sort of come and visit in the winter. So they're starting to turn up now. So I already had an idea of where I wanted to be, and so I even clipped up my rods, ready for spots where I fished here before in my garden. The day before I left on the Thursday, so I've got them all clipped up, wrapped up and clipped up, got rigs ready in a bucket, stringers, nuggets, everything, all leads, all in a bucket, ready. So when I got here at 2 o'clock, I'll get the rods out on the spots, put some bait out with the spom and be all settled. And yeah, and by, I think it was about 12 o'clock, midday, had my first bite, and yeah. 46 pounds of Belgium Canal carp. Oh, that's what I love coming over here for. I have actually caught this fish before a few years ago, but I'm not grumbling. I only got here last night, so got the rods out at 2 o'clock, and she rattled off at 10 o'clock this morning. Over 2 kilos of particles and crave boilies. Yep, it's the end of October 2017, Halloween on Tuesday, and it's Saturday at the moment. Look at that. She doesn't have a lovely name. She has a bit of an undignified name, the boilie whore or boilie hooker. But I think we call her the boilie lover. Yeah, what a way to start my session. I'm on day 3 now of a week, so I've done 2 nights, and so far I've had 6 fish, so I can't complain. One of those is a grassy, double figure grassy, and I've had 3 20-pound commons, a 33 Look at this for a Belgian bruiser, 33 pounds, rod ripped off this afternoon, completely unexpected. While I was playing the fish, another fish boshed out, so they're here in the area, so fingers crossed I might have another one. 33 pounds, and she came to a double crave bottom hook bait over a mixture of hemp, mixed particles, crave and complex tea boilies. Absolutely run me ragged, this fish. What a bruiser. That's an angry carp, yes. Isn't it? Fish number 5 of the trip. This one's just shy of 22 pounds. It's not really known for doing its day bites, but this is the 3rd now I've had in the day out of 5, so obviously I'm not complaining. Same sort of tactics really, double 18mm crave bottom bait over a scattering of particles and boilies. Baits are wrapped because there's a lot of Chinese mitten crabs and crayfish in this canal, so got to protect the hook baits from them. But I'm putting a lot of particles and ground bait and things like that, which hopefully that will put them off and keep a bit of food there for when the fish move in. That there's something there, a bit of scent, a bit of bait. Yeah, it seems to be working. What a lovely common. Oh. And the other thing to bear in mind is I think I mentioned it in the spring vlog, but if not, the sluices. The sluices generally close around 9 o'clock in the evenings, and they're open 5-6 o'clock in the morning as well. So obviously it gets darker earlier in the autumn, so in the springtime you've probably still got enough light that once the last barge goes through, you can get your rigs into position, bait up, and everything's set for the night until the first barge comes through. Obviously in the autumn that's a bit more tricky because it gets dark around 6-7 o'clock, so I do the same, and I see a lot of the other local guys doing the same. They'll get the rods out, get in position, and just hope that no barges come through, but now and again it does. Generally more in the week, obviously they're working barges, you've got a good chance that they'll come through up till 8-9 o'clock, but at the weekend not so much. You might get unlucky, so the best thing to do is obviously just before dark you can get your rigs in place, and hopefully you're lucky. That's it, you're set. But don't put your bait out. Don't start putting your bait out until probably 9:30, 10 o'clock. Make sure the barge has gone through. Otherwise, if you're fishing some of the narrow, intimate canals like the Kempish and some of the other ones, then your bait's probably going to be washed, all over the place. On some of these bigger canals like I'm on now, not so much of a problem. But it's something to bear in mind if anyone's thinking of coming out here in the autumn and to be mindful of that. The other thing, it may sound a bit silly, is to clip your rods up. So if you're fishing some of the intimate canals, again like the Kempish, there's a lot of trees. It's a tree-lined canal, and so it gets quite dark, and it'd be hard to find your spot when you think you're just flicking out 20 yards or something across. If you want to get it right in on that spot, wherever it be it tight to the far margin or just over the middle or whatever, wherever you've found a feature, a bit of gully or some sort of depression or something, you want to be on that spot. You don't want to get all your rods sorted at 6-7 o'clock just at last light. The barge comes through at 8 o'clock, and then you're trying to get that rod on that spot again, and you struggle because it's so dark you can't see the lead splash. So I honestly would advise that you clip up once you found that spot, that you mark it up, and you visibly mark it with a tree on the opposite bank. Nothing down on the ground or anything, because you probably won't see it because it'll be so dark. You'll be surprised at how dark it can be on these canals. So get a visual marker in line with it, and then you cast that rod to that. It may sound silly, but make sure you cast so that clip, so at least you know that if a barge does come through, you can get back on that spot again, and you're fishing for the night.